kids and the quiet ones mixed more than before. We all knew what we'd been through together, and it made the usual high school drama seem stupid. Senior year started without Philip since he was at the community college program. I heard from Ian that he was doing great with straight A's and even making some friends. Nobody there knew his history, so he could just be a smart kid working hard. Graduation day came in June, and the whole gym was packed with families. Gary Barnett gave his principal speech about our class being special. He talked about resilience and strength without saying exactly why, but everyone in our class knew what he meant. Parents shifted in their seats because they knew too. When he finished, there was this moment where all of us from that first period looked at each other. It was like a silent agreement that we'd made it through something huge together. Then came the surprise nobody expected. Philip walked up to the podium as salutatorian even though he'd finished at the community college. He'd earned enough credits to graduate with us and wanted to speak. The gym got really quiet as he adjusted the microphone. His voice was steady when he started talking about second chances and how our choices matter. He didn't mention the call directly, but talked about learning from mistakes and how forgiveness can change everything. Some parents looked uncomfortable, but most people were listening hard. He talked about the people who helped him when he didn't deserve it and how that made him want to be better. When he finished, the whole auditorium stayed quiet for a second before people started clapping. After graduation, I had to decide what to study in college. Watching Alina work with all of us had shown me how much psychology could help people. She'd taken kids who were falling apart and helped us find ways to heal. I wanted to learn how to do that for other people. When I told her at the last peer mediation meeting, she smiled and said I'd make a great psychologist. She wrote me a recommendation letter that probably helped me get into my top choice school. The summer before college, a bunch of us decided to meet up one last time. We went to the park near school on a random Tuesday evening. Ian was there, and Danica and Kenny, and even some kids I'd never really talked to before that day in the classroom. We didn't plan it, but nobody mentioned what happened directly. Instead, we talked about college plans and summer jobs and normal stuff. But there was this understanding between us about how that day had changed who we were. People who'd been scared to speak up were now more confident. Kids who'd been mean had learned to be kinder. Before everyone left to go home, Philip pulled me aside near the swings. He looked healthier than he had all year with some color in his face. He thanked me for sitting with him that day when he confessed. He said knowing someone saw him as a person, and not just his worst choice, gave him hope. He told me that moment when I sat down next to him was when he realized maybe he could get through this. We shook hands, and then he surprised me by pulling me into a quick hug before walking away. 3 weeks into my freshman year at State, I got an email from Alina asking how college was going. She mentioned she'd heard from someone that Mrs. Osborne had started teaching again at Jefferson High 2 counties over. The person who told her said Mrs. Osborne looked thinner and older, but was back in the classroom doing what she loved. I thought